So, first of all, I would like to introduce you the structure of my webinar, and I'm going to share my screen to you. Do you see it? Yeah. So we will finish around 11:30. And after a brief introduction about the new features we have on the site, we will focus on our main topic, which is the new long-term activity template on our website. We will talk about the task of an LTA coordinator and also the task an organizer of a TCA has in terms of connecting his or her activity to the long-term activity. So the second topic will be the exporting possibilities on our website into format of PDF and Excel, and you will also have a question and answers block in the end. And some words about the support we provide. We always have our general email address, tca-rc@tpf.hu, that you already know. If you have any questions concerning the website or any other help desk issues, please feel free to write to this address. If you have professional questions as an LTA coordinator, please contact Juliana Lukács, my colleague, who is an LTA coordinator herself, who started an LTA coordinators community to share experience concerning the management of your LTA. As you know, and we also mentioned it in our email, that we have a testing environment for our website, for our official website for the SATO e-et.net, which is the sandbox. It's in the chat, so you can use your general username and password you have for the official website, and after login you can create test TCAs, LTAs to test your knowledge there. And you see it's labeled by demo wording here, and you can practice there without any real consequences. And I'm going to show you this webinar and the LTA template on this website. So briefly, some words about the platform. The overall development of our website has started in 2020 by rethinking and restructuring of every module adjusted to the new Erasmus Plus program, and also adjusted to the professional need of the TCA officers community. We would like to provide you a platform with a one-stop approach for you to be able to find everything in one place. The most important thing is that the website is divided into two different parts. The first one is the front page you see actually, with all the professional context, news section, events, tools and documents. And this front page is dedicated mainly for the potential applicants and the beneficiaries who would like to apply for TCAs and interested to have more information about the activities and the TCAs. So the front page is the first part, and the second page is second part is dedicated for us, for the professional users. That is accessible after login here. Now I will enter as a Hungarian TCA officer, and after go to this Open AMP row. Here I am in the dashboard called Activity Management Panel, abbreviated by AMP. So we have this blue menu bar that guides us through the management of the activities, and which is important to note that in this FAQ section we have the new user manual for national agencies available here. Edina, can you put the link of this user manual to the chat? Thank you. So this is accessible from this FAQ section and also from the front page in the Tools and Documents, Useful Documents section. So we have this blue menu bar that guides us through the process of creating and managing activities. Here we have the menu point to create new activities. We have these 3 for the single events. We have these 2 for the LTAs, which are new menu points. And we can go through until outcomes, evaluation, follow-up, my network, etc. So let's focus on our main topic, which is the long-term activity. And now I'm going to act like an LTA coordinator. So I'm going to show you what are the tasks of an LTA coordinator in the system if I would like to manage one and create one. So the point to start is this menu point I mentioned, create a new activity. I am with a Hungarian TCA officer authority now, but you have your own NA code mentioned in this menu bar. So let's start by having a title. Yes, I'm going to find a title and a short title. We have text under fields to help you during the system. So it's mentioned during the process. So for example, it's mentioned here that you have only 64 characters for the short title. So every field that is marked with an asterisk is a compulsory one that you have to fill in order to create and manage your TCA and in order to successfully save the data. So we have a title and a short title, and we can choose the activity type, which is the long-term activity that we can select from the drop-down menu. Here, as you see, the budget here is an inactive field because we cannot set a single budget here for the long-term activity because of the multi-annual nature of this type of activity. Now we have everything. Just click on this add button, and here we are, the same design, and we have the same layout we have for the TCAs. It can be familiar for you after managing TCAs. So we have this second menu bar that has appeared that also guides you from top to the bottom during the management of our LTA. So we have here this, who can see this event block? Well, we can set the publicity status. I can tell you a bit later. And a possible cancellation is feasible here. So let's fill in the relevant data to our LTA template that we have to start filling the base data section. So let's go there. The first category is the main info, where you can set the start date and end date. This text helps you that saying that because of we cannot estimate precisely in the planning phase the exact date of our activity, it's sufficient to give only the month and the year of our planned activity. Because it's a multi-annual project, we don't know the date, the day when it will end or start exactly. So my LTA will start May this year. It's just a test LTA. The European Commission accepted it, so it's fine in the work program. So it will end until May 25. And let's set the professional fields here. The priority will be inclusion with subtopics, mobility, sustainability, newcomers, you can set multiple values here, also sector, adult education, higher education. Here, what is a novelty? You can type the you can set the type of the LTA, which can be recurrent or complex, but my LTA will be a complex one. But for your information, all fields are editable in the system, except the reference number and the budget year, as I mentioned. So you can change these fields and continue editing until the end date of your LTA. So my LTA will be a complex one with also many countries involved. I will set some countries, also multiple working language. And if I'm ready, I can click on the Save button. And and it's mentioned here that my data was successfully updated. Let's go.
Timmy, can I interrupt you? Sorry, the question that someone would like to ask clearance about what is the difference between a complex and a recurrent LTA?
Complex one is that there are various type of activities involved in the TCA, in the LTA. So if we have research, if we have multiple TCAs, different type of TCAs like context seminar, thematic TCAs, and in the case of the recurrent one, I plan to have the same type of, for example, context seminars each year, just TCAs, context seminars each year. So it will vary. I will have just one form of activities under the umbrella of my LTA. But as I mentioned, for example, if you set your LTA to be a recurrent one, but after you think that it would be good to have a research type of activity also there, you can change the type there into complex one. So it's up to you to decide. Yeah, so thank you. I can just click on Save and go to the LTA concept and think about to share between my colleagues what was the reason behind and what is the concept, the background and challenges of my LTA that I would like to share between my colleagues. So we also would like to ask you to copy your text into these text boxes from a Word, or better to use Notepad in order to avoid IT problems. So please don't copy anything from another website. It was important to note. I will copy into this Notepad here. And it's also feasible from Word as well, but Notepad is better. So I'm going to copy from Word, or please write here directly into the text boxes. So we have the maximum 3,000 characters for each text box, and the text boxes which are marked with asterisks are compulsory one. I'm just quickly copying text here, but you can you have a lot of time to think about the structure and results and aims of your activity. So the next one is the resources section here. As you see, in the case of a TCA, you have just one block, but here, and the resources block of the LTA, it's divided into two different parts. Here it is the place to upload the LTA's own documents. For example, if you have the agenda, the concept paper, etc. I'm going to share. I have the agenda to upload, and the info box says the allowed file types and the maximum file size, which is 5 megabytes for each document. So you can upload multiple documents here. And some words about these uploaded resources section, that all the resources of the connected TCAs will be listed here if the LTA coordinator connects the TCA to her or his LTA, and also if he assesses the documents also of the TCAs to be shared here. I'm going to show you later how it looks like. So we have uploaded documents. Here we have 2, and we can go to the next subcategory, which is the good practice one. If I know that my LTA is classified as a good practice, it will be interesting in the future. I can click on yes and select the categories for the good practice and click on save. It's successfully updated, and now I'm finished with this first base data section. I have to go back to the overview block. I mentioned the reference number. So for each LTA created in the system, a reference number has been generated, and it identifies it later on, and it cannot be modified. So if you have a reference number, it can be it can be identified by it later. So this is the overview part that we already know from the TCAs, and here is the block where we can set the publicity status of our LTA. In the case of a TCA, we have 3 different levels. The first one is the not public. It's the draft one. If we are in the phase of collecting relevant information to our LTA template, and we don't feel ready enough to share it with our colleagues. But as soon as we think that it's ready, the relevant data has been filled, we can set the publicity status into only for NAs here. So in the case of the LTA, there are only 2 different publicity levels, the draft one and the only for NAs one. In the case of a TCA, a third one is feasible and selectable, which is a public for visitor status that enables us to publish our TCA on the front page to attract possible applicants. But as the LTA is a professional category, as a whole, it stays in the activity management part of the website. So the reason behind it is that only TCAs are the activities the beneficiaries would like to apply for, and LTAs itself they cannot apply for LTAs, only TCAs. So I will show it later that if a TCA has been placed under the umbrella of an LTA, it will be marked by a blue-green umbrella LTA badge, and the TCA template will be added by the relevant information of my LTA. So just for your information, the LTA as a category has only 2 different publicity levels. So I'm ready to share it to my other colleagues. I set it to only for NA status and click on save. It's successfully updated. And now I can see my LTA, how does it look like in this LTAs menu point. As you see, we have the same subcategories, the same type of subcategories as we have for the TCAs. The first one is your own NA, and the second one is for the public LTAs or all the LTAs that were published to other NAs. So here we have the table listed all LTAs that has set to only for NA status, reference number, title. You can see the different columns and sectors of the LTA here. And if you click on the reference number, you can see the tabs, the relevant information by clicking on the different tabs here. So it was all NAs, LTAs in these public LTA subcategories. You can search and see them in this list. And this first subcategory is for your own NA. So if I would like to continue editing the LTA I have just created, I have to look for them. It's here on the third row, and either click on the reference number or either go to the end of the row and click on this pencil icon and continue editing my LTA. That's what I'm going to do now. So we have all the base data we have set to only for NA status, and now I feel ready to open my LTA to have TCAs inside. So let's go to the second block, which is the LTA partner application block. Let's fill in the field. I am the coordinator, and let's give the contact person of the coordinator also the email address, and if, for example, a phone number, but it's a compulsory field, but we have other channels to reach each other. So we have the website possibility. You can set multiple social media pages here relevant to your LTA. And after that, here comes the date of publication field. So I suggest you, if you feel ready, to set the actual date where you would like to open your LTA, and for the end, for the deadline of this interval, you also have to choose a date. It's up to you to decide whether to have a shorter or a broader interval. If you think that you will have TCAs during the last year of your LTA, it's up to you to give like almost the end date of your activity, or for example, let's give March 25 for the deadline of connection. So this is the date until that you would like to have TCAs under your LTA. If you have information for the partners, just feel free to give them to the colleagues, and let's click on the Save button. It's successfully updated. And now my activity, my LTA has been open. So let's see to the second LTA menu point, which is the LTA partner application category. We have 3 subcategories here. H01 as a coordinator, where you can see all LTAs that are open, and that at least one TCA, if there's only a minimum one request for a TCA that would like to be linked under your umbrella, under the umbrella of your LTA. the second one is dedicated for the single activities that has been already connected to LTAs. And this third subcategory is dedicated for all LTAs that are ready to have TCAs. So I would like to have TCAs. First, I'm going to show you how to link my own NA's TCA to my LTA. So I'm a Hungarian LTA coordinator now, and I would like to have a Hungarian TCA linked to my activity. Let's go to this Manage Activities menu point here, and it can be familiar for you from TCA partner application process. So I have to click on this green button in order to connect my TCA to the LTA. So all linked TCAs will be listed here, but this is a fresh LTA, so I have 0 here actually. So let's connect one TCA here. I have one Hungarian TCA that I can link, and in the drop-down menu you will find all the Hungarian TCAs that are ready to be part of your LTA, and you can set the type of partnership also. The actual phase of the development of the website enables only to link the TCAs if you're the organizer NA of the TCA. So co-financing partnership will be developed later. We will inform you about this possibility later on. So I am the organizing NA as well. I mean, the Tempest Foundation is the organizer NA, and I will click on submit button, and you see this TCA is listed here that wishes to be part of my LTA. And now I'm asking Edina to show how she, as a different TCA officer from a different NA, how she can link her activity, her TCA, under the umbrella of my Hungarian LTA. So Edina, would you help us, please? Yeah, thank you. So we are seeing your screen. So Edina also log in as an ETRC officer. It stands for the R Salto office. That's ETRC. So he is an ETRC TCA officer, so from a different NA. And let's see where she can look for the LTAs that are open for connection. You have to open this LTA partner applications menu point and go to the third category, which is the open for connect TCAs. Edina clicks on it, and you can see the table, reference number, etc. And she has to look for the LTA, which is the third one, inclusion best practices, and she has to go to the end of the row and click on this wrench icon to be able to connect her TCA to the LTA. She clicked on this wrench icon, and here you can see the template of the LTA of her TCA. And to be able to connect, this is the LTA, and if she would like to join, she has to click on this connect to this LTA button. Also, you have the same overlay and the same display for the same surface. You see the LTA mentioned, which is hyperlinked, And she also has to choose the public from her NA's activities, the TCA she would like to connect to my LTA, and also set the type of partnership, which will be the organizing NA actually. So she also has to click on the submit button. And it's also mentioned that successfully submitted her request, and she has this table mentioning the reference number of the TCA, the title, the type of partnership, and the decision that it's pending. The request was sent, but me as an LTA coordinator hasn't assessed it yet. If she changes her mind, she can delete this connection by clicking on the trash bin. But Adina is sure that she would like to be part of my LTA. So we got back to me as an LTA coordinator, and there are two TCAs, requests for two TCAs who would like to be part of my LTA. So I have to assess them. It's feasible from two different ways, but I'm going either from the manage activities, clicking on this manage activities category, but it's also feasible by clicking here. Me as an LTA coordinator has tasks to do, and you see it's marked with a pale red color. This LTA, I have a task to do as an LTA coordinator. I have to go to the end of the row and click on this wrench icon to be able to assess them. And here we have these two requests. I have new decision to make. I have to assess these TCAs. The reference number can the TCA template is accessible by clicking on the reference number, so I can look for them. But I think that I would like to have these TCAs to be connected under the umbrella of my LTA, so I accept both of them. Also, I can change my mind and click on this trash bin icon. So I would like to accept both of them and click on submit. And now both TCAs were accepted, and I have this third menu point. Here is the context of connected single activities, where I can see the contacts all in one place to help my work to reach them. So I have two TCAs, contact email, organizer, website, etc. And which is also important to note, and I mentioned you earlier, that if we go back to the resources section, all the resources of the linked TCAs will be listed here in this uploaded resources second block. So it's up to you as an LTA coordinator to decide whether you would like to publish all of these documents in your LTA template or not. Do you think that they are relevant for your LTA or not? But even if you don't share them, these resources will stay on the event card of the TCAs itself. So I will have like 5 documents, submit, and it will stays. We will see later how it is visible on the LTA template. So we finished the process. So let's go to the process again. So we would like to create an LTA. We have to start here by creating one. And if we would like to continue editing our LTA, I have to look for my own NAs, Hungarian LTAs sub-many point, and look for this LTA here. If I would like to continue, either click on the reference number or either click on the edit, this pencil, edit LTA button, where you have the second menu bar, and continue editing as you wish. And after opening your LTA in this partner applications block, you have this second menu bar appeared, and that can be relevant to you with all the open LTAs and the single activities connected to the LTAs. And you, as an LTA coordinator, can manage TCA requests here in this Manage Activities menu point. So Edina, can you just share your screen and show what does it look like in your activity management panel? Yeah, thank you. So in order to see the open LTAs, the LTAs are visible here. She has her own NA's LTA and the other NA's LTAs listed here. And if we would like to see a template of an LTA that has TCAs, she can click on this eye icon and look the relevant information of the LTA here by clicking on these tabs. And also the information for connection and the connected activities. Both two of my Hungarian TCA and her TCA has been listed here because I assess them as an LTA coordinator. You see the title and the event dates. And if you would like to see how is it look like and how to look for open LTAs, she has to go to this Open for Connect TCAs table and go to this wrench icon and connect to the LTA. And you see the decision has been changed into accepted. It was mentioned pending, but I accepted her TCA to be part of the LTA, so the decision is now accepted. So it's put under the umbrella of the LTA. And yes, if Edina she would like to show the template of the TCA in the activity management part, in the activity management dashboard part of the website. Here, if she clicks on this single activities subcategory, her activity will be listed here. It's the only one. And after clicking on the reference number, you see this blue-green umbrella icon, this LTA badge, saying that this TCA has been put under the umbrella of an LTA. And also the LTA information, she can show you the most important information. I just provided the officers and the colleagues to be part of the background of the LTA. So the LTA concept is also visible and it's added. The TCA template was added by this LTA concept block as well. So thank you, Edina. I'm going to share my screen now again and show you how our TCAs look like on the front page. So let's go to the front page here and go to the events menu and to see the actual LTAs, and all LTAs that are part of any LTAs will be marked by this LTA badge here, and is visible on the event card at once. So after clicking on the view button, the LTA badge is still here, and the template of the TCA has been added by the relevant information of the long-term activity itself. So the beneficiaries and the potential applicants will know that this TCA is part of the long-term activity. So that's all. We just refreshed the task, how to proceed to manage LTAs as a coordinator and as a TCA officers. So the next block, the next part of my webinar is the exporting possibilities on our website, which is also a very, very long awaited feature. And it's possible on the front page and also on the dashboard part on the activity management panel as well. So for the TCAs and also for the LTAs, it's also feasible. Let's go and see how we can export them. We have this new Excel export button now. It's feasible for this NA code event list and also for the public events as well. So you will, and also for the LTA tables as well. So you will find the same green button to click on, and it's important to note that only the whole list of activities can be downloaded during the actual phase of the development of the website, and search and filter results cannot be downloaded actually. So if we click on this button, all the activities will be listed into Excel format. So please, we invite you to use the internal functions of, now I'm going to have another export now. So we ask you to use the internal filter and search function of the Excel in order to look for specific data you would like to have. Now I have all data and all TCAs in our system. So I have the Hungarian Excel version now. So for example, if you would like to look for the Hungarian NA's activity, you can search here. Sorry, if you click on the of this filtering possibility here in the specific column where you would like to filter. So I will put HU here, and all the Hungarian TCAs will appear in this worksheet. If I would like to copy them, it's feasible. I Ctrl C, and I will create a new worksheet and copy them. So you will have all the TCAs where you were the organizer NA. So if we go back to my big data, and for example, I would like to filter for the priority. Just one thing to note, that because I mentioned all the TCAs are listed here, if you would like to filter for the realized TCAs, you have to set this column into is it cancelled into no. So because there are, you see, cancelled activities, and they will be appeared in this list as well. So if you set no, only the realized TCAs will be in your Excel table. So you would like to filter by priority and select like impact. And you will have all the realized TCAs for impact as a priority. If we go back to the big Excel sheet, and for example, we would like to have the data where of the TCAs where we were sending NAs. You see all the data of the tables, costs, co-organizing partnership, everything is inside. So let's go to the sending NA column. Or if you would like to filter for the partner, for your NA as an accepted partner, you can do it there as well. They are quite wide, these columns. So filtering to your NA as an accepted co-organizing partner, it can be filtered here. And if you would like to have all TCAs, all realized TCAs where your NA was a sending partner, just go this column to this column, sending partners, booked places, and look for your own NA. We have all the TCAs here where organized by other NAs or our own NA where we were sending partners. So, and I mentioned you can copy all these data to a different sheet, and you can share them to your colleagues or send it to your NA director in order to provide information about specific TCAs. So it's quite important, this Excel export function for us as TCA officers and professional users. So this was the possibility on the activity management panel. So TCAs and LTAs can be downloadable, as I mentioned. You see the same export button. And if we go to the front page and look for possibilities, Excel export possibilities here, let's go to the events menu and look for like priority inclusion and look for search. And all the actual TCAs that has priority as an inclusion will be listed here. And if you click on this export search result to Excel button, it's the other one, it will be listed here. So we have 3 inclusion TCAs, and you see the data were downloaded from these TCAs. And concerning the search function, it's also for you to know that you can search in all TCAs and in the past TCAs as well if you select this subcategory or the other one in the system. So these were the Excel export possibilities, and we have PDF as well. Also in the activity management panel, and also on the front page as well. So every activities, data of every activities can be downloaded into PDF format. If, for example, you would like to have information about Edina's TCAs that has been linked to my LTA, just look for the public events subcategory, go to the reference number, and you have this export to PDF button. And after clicking it, the PDF has been downloaded. And LTA badge is there with all the information for the TCA. And what is also and is the everyday work of our professional, of us as professional users, PDFs that were downloaded from the activity management part of the website and that has richer data inside compared to the one the PDFs downloaded from the front page. It's labeled with a red, it's marked by a red label that any colleagues view downloaded from the activity management panel. So you won't be disturbed by the fact that probably you downloaded something from the front page or the activity management part, and you have information about co-organizing partnership also, as if you download PDF from the activity management part. So all TCAs, all LTAs can be downloaded. Also, if we would like to download an LTA, let's go and do this by clicking in this export to PDF button. It's there. Because you can't download a PDF about LTAs on the front page, this red label isn't there, just only for in case of TCAs. So PDF function, PDF exporting function is also available for you for the evaluation and the follow-up process of the website and the TCA and the LTA lifecycle, and also concerning the activity applications. As you already know it, if you have applications arrived to your TCA, their applications can be downloaded into PDF format as well. Also in the activity applications here. And if we go to the front page, as I mentioned, let's go to the events section, where we have event card of public TCAs. Let's go to the view to view the template of this TCA, and I can export it by clicking on this export to PDF button. It's there. And as I mentioned, it's applicant view downloaded from the front page. It's marked by a green label. Also, if we would like to see the TCA, we have just linked to the LTA. The badge is here, and the long-term activity information also. And after clicking on this button, the PDF has been created by the badge, with the badge, and with the long-term activity information provided by the LTA coordinator. So it was the PDF and Excel export functions of the website. from the activity management part and the front page, single activities can be downloaded into Excel and export and PDF format. So you can play and test your knowledge in this sandbox website, and this playground area we provide for you continuously accessible.
Okay, so thank you very much for attending, and really grateful to see your comments and the enthusiasm. So if you are stuck when you're using the new functions, or you have any questions related to the website, just feel free to contact us.